Now, in order to perform this deploy, Jenkins supports a deploy to container plugin. This plugin is something which is preferably being used for the Tomcat based automated deploys. Not only kind of Tomcat Apache, it also supports JBoss and Glassfish. So it supports these three application servers over here. For WebSphere and WebLogic, we also have separate plugins which is available there if you're going to use those application servers. So those plugins are also available there. The whole point of having these plugins is to have an integration between the Jenkins and Tomcat Apache. Because certainly if you're looking forward for the automated deploys or continuous deployment, you need to connect, you need to establish the connectivity with the Tomcat Apache so that you will be able to roll out your application, you will be able to get your application deployed. So keeping in mind that we are looking forward for this integration and we are using the Jenkins plugin for deploy to container here. And this can handle the build automations, the test case automations, the quality gateways, and then ultimately the deployment here. Now, in order to install the plugins, the very first thing which you need to do is that you need to access your Jenkins. So if you have the public IP address of the Jenkins, then you can put HTTP public IP address and 8080. So 8080 is the port on which the application is running. If you have the Jenkins available locally, then you can go for the HTTP localhost 8080. So there you can hit on the Jenkins and you can get the application or the Jenkins up and running. Now, once the application or the Jenkins is up and running, so what you really need to do is that you need to go for the manage plugins like the plugin manager. So in the plugin manager, you have the desired option like manage plugin, which is available, where you can really go and you can select that what kind of operation you wanted to do. Whether you want to install the plugin, you want to uninstall the plugin, or you wanted to upgrade the existing plugin. So all the options are there. So the moment you access the manage plugin, so there you have the updates available, installed, and the advanced tab. Now in the updates, you will be showing only the updates if there is any updates to the existing ones. Now since we wanted to install the plugin, so the other tabs is not of any kind of relevance. Only the available tab is relevant to us. So we are going to click on the available tab here and search for the plugin called deploy to container. So when you go to the available tab and search for deploy to container, so there you can check that option that yes, this is the option, this is the plugin which we wanted to search, we wanted to consider here. So you can select that yes, we wanted to select the deploy to container option here. And when you select that option, you will be able to go ahead or you will be able to do the installation of the plugin. Now, once you select, there is a checkbox which is there. So you select this option and after that you can go for install without restart, or you can go for download now and install after restart. So you will be able to download the package and after that the package will be or the Jenkins will be restarted on that part here. So it's something which is taking care of like how the overall executions and how the configurations can be done, and we can get the desired output. So the plugin installation is just one piece of doing this configuration, because by default this plugin is not available. So you have to really do that in order to really proceed further with the next set of configuration. Now once the plugin is installed, so all you need to do is that you need to just go ahead and visit your Jenkins, the Jenkins jobs. You have to visit that particular one. Now when you go for the Jenkins job and you can visit there, so you can really find out that how exactly these changes are really going on, right? So you can find out in the post build actions, there will be an option to deploy var ER to a container. That option will be right away available there, and we really wanted to see like how this option can be utilized so that we can get the configurations and we can go for the setups here. So you have the var file, ER, and files, all these different options there. Now first, the very first setting which you need to do is that you need to provide that what is a var file and ER file you want to deploy. Usually when you run the Maven build, so there is a target directory which gets created, and in this target directory you will be able to have the var files and ER files available, which also means like these are the ones which you really wanted to deploy. So we are just using some patterns here so that that file can be picked up. Now we are not hard coding the var file name, because maybe in future if you changing the var file name, then again here also you have to change it. So we just wanted to make it generic so that in future, even if you do the changes to the var file name, still we will be able to deploy it. And then we are giving the particular container, that what kind of container here. So when you click on this add container, it will be asking for the container, like you have the JBoss, Jetty or Tomcat, or these are different containers are really available there. So you wanted to decide, you wanted to select that which container we really wanted to go ahead. Now from there, you have to select the Tomcat 9.x remote here, which means like Tomcat 9 remote is what you need to configure. So we are giving the URL of the Tomcat Apache, that yes, http tomcatserver.com:8080. This is a Tomcat server or URL you wanted to configure. And then you have the credentials, like something where you are deciding that what credentials you want to use to have the particular Tomcat Apache. You needed to connect to the Tomcat Apache admin console. So that's where we needed the credentials. So you can click on the add button in order to add the credentials, and from there you will be able to have the credentials added up into your into your Jenkins. Now these credentials will be secure, and we will not be exposing these credentials. And using these credentials, you will be authenticated to a URL, to your Tomcat Apache URL, and then you will be able to get the desired output. And ultimately, once you're running the job, so after the build, the deployment will be executed, and you will be able to get the overall activity and get the proper executions in place. So that's the way that how we really go for this plugin to be configured.